Carrot cake recipe. Check out these 4 recipes. The best carrot cake. Ingredients: 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 3 large eggs, 2 cups of sugar, 3/4 cup of vegetable oil, 3/4 cup of buttermilk, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 cups of grated carrot, 1 8-ounce of canned crushed pineapple drained, 1 or 3.5 ounces canned flaked coconut, 1 cup of chopped pecans or walnuts. How to make it. Step 1. Line 3 9-inch round cake pans with wax paper. Lightly grease and flour the wax papers and set the pans aside. Step 2. Stir together the first 4 ingredients. Step 3. Beat the eggs and next 4 ingredients at medium speed with an electric mixer until smooth. Add the flour mixture, beating at low speed until blended. Fold in the carrot and the next 3 ingredients. Pour the batter into the prepared cake pans. Step 4. Bake at 350 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes or until a wooden pick inserted in the center comes out clean. Drizzle buttermilk glaze evenly over the layers and cool in the pans on wire racks for 15 minutes. Remove from pans and cool completely on wire racks. Spread the cream cheese frosting between the layers and on top of the sides of the cake. Number 2. Incredibly moist and easy carrot cake. Prep time 20 minutes. Cook 45 minutes. Total 1 hour and 5 minutes. Ingredients: for the carrot cake, 2 cups or 250 grams of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, half a teaspoon of fine sea salt, 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 1 1/4 cups or 295 milliliters of canola or other vegetable oil, 1 cup or 200 grams of granulated sugar, 1 cup or 200 grams of lightly packed brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 4 large eggs, 3 cups, 300 grams, grated peeled carrots, 5 to 6 medium carrots, 1 cup or 100 grams of coarsely chopped pecans, half a cup or 65 grams of raisins. For creamy frosting, 8 ounces or 225 grams of cream cheese at room temperature, 1 1/4 cups or 140 grams of powdered sugar, 1/3 cup or 80 milliliters of heavy whipping cream, half a cup or 50 grams of coarsely chopped pecans for topping cake. Directions: make batter. Heat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius. Grease 2 9-inch round cake pans and line the bottom with parchment paper and then grease the top of the paper, or grease the flour, the bottom, the sides of both pans. In a medium bowl, whisk the flour, baking soda, salt, and the cinnamon until well blended. In a separate bowl, whisk the oils, sugars, and vanilla. Whisk in the eggs one at a time until combined. Switch to a large rubber spatula. Scrape the sides and the bottom of the bowl, then add the dry ingredients in 3 parts, gently stirring until they disappear and the batter is smooth. Stir in the carrots, nuts, and raisins. Bake cake. Divide the batter between the prepared cake pans. Bake until the tops of the cake layers are springy when touched, and when a toothpick inserted into the center of the cake comes out clean, 35 to 45 minutes. Cool the cakes in pans for 15 minutes, then turn out onto cooling racks. Peel off the parchment paper and cool completely. If you find that a cake layer is stuck to the bottom of the pan, leave the cake pan upside down and allow gravity to do its thing. To finish, in a large bowl, beat the cream cheese with a handheld mixer on medium speed until creamy for about 1 minute. Beat in the powdered sugar, 1/4 cup at a time until fluffy. Pour in the cream and beat on medium speed for 1 minute. Chill covered until ready to frost cake. When the cake layers are completely cool, frost the top of one cake layer, place the other cake layer on top. Decoratively swirl the top of the cake with the remaining frosting. Leave the sides unfrosted and scatter nuts on top. Number 3. Carrot cake cupcakes. Cook time 20 minutes. Total time 30 minutes. Servings 14 cupcakes. Ingredients: carrot cake cupcakes, 1 1/4 cup or 156 grams of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, half a pound, about 2 cups of shredded carrots, 3/4 cup, 150 grams of granulated sugar, 1/4 cup or 50 grams of packed light brown sugar, 2 large eggs, room temperature, 1 teaspoon pure vanilla extract, 3/4 cup or 187 grams of vegetable oil or canola oil. Cream cheese frosting, 1 cup or 225 grams or 8-ounce package of cream cheese, softened but still cool, 1/4 cup, 57 grams or half a stick of unsalted butter, softened but still cool, 1 cup or 120 grams of confectioner's sugar, sifted, half a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Instructions: carrot cake cupcakes. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Line a standard muffin tin with paper liners and set aside. This recipe makes 14 cupcakes. In a medium bowl, whisk together the baking powder, baking soda, salt, cinnamon, and nutmeg and set aside. In the bowl of a stand mixer, or using a hand mixer, beat together granulated sugar, brown sugar, and vegetable oil on medium speed until combined about 1 minute. Add the egg and vanilla and mix until incorporated about 1 more minute. With the mixer on low, slowly add the flour mixture to the wet ingredients. Mix just until combined about 15 seconds. Stir in the shredded carrots by hand. Fill the prepared cupcake liners 2/3 full with batter. I like using an ice cream scoop for this step. Bake the cupcakes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 to 22 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out with little to no crumbs. Cool the cupcakes in the pan for 5 minutes, then transfer to a wire rack to cool completely. Cream cheese frosting. In the bowl of a stand mixer, fitted with a paddle attachment or using a hand mixer, beat together cream cheese and butter for 90 seconds or until smooth. Add the vanilla and mix until combined about 15 seconds. With the mixer on low, slowly add the confectioner's sugar and mix until incorporated about 30 seconds. Transfer the frosting to a frosting bag fitted with the desired tip. I use the Wilton 1A tip. Frost the cooled cupcakes and dust with ground cinnamon as an option. Serve at room temperature. Number 4. The best healthy carrot cake. Prep time 20 minutes. Cook time 30 minutes. Total time 15 minutes. Serves 16. Ingredients: dry ingredients: 2 cups of packed sugar, fine blanched almond flour. I use Bob's Red Mill. Half a cup of coconut flour, do not pack. Half a cup of unsweetened, finely shredded coconut. I use Bob's Red Mill. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon. 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Half a teaspoon of salt. Wet ingredients: 4 large eggs at room temperature. 3/4 cup of pure maple syrup. 1/3 cup of drippy tahini, or substitute almond butter, but tahini has better flavor for this cake. 1/4 cup of unsweetened almond milk. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. 1/3 cup of melted and cool coconut oil, and 3 cups of shredded carrots, medium grate. Optional mix-ins: half a cup of raisins, half a cup of chopped pecans or walnuts. For the frosting, half a cup of salted butter at room temperature, or substitute vegan buttery stick, 8 ounces of cream cheese at room temperature, or substitute dairy-free cream cheese, 3 cups of powdered sugar, 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon of unsweetened almond milk, any milk will work. For the topping, extra pecans and shredded coconut. Instructions: preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Line the bottom of 3 6-inch round cake pans or 2 8-inch round cake pans with parchment paper rounds. Spray the parchment paper and sides of the pan with non-stick cooking spray. You should use parchment paper or the cake is likely to stick. Please do not forget. In a large bowl, whisk the almond flour, coconut flour, and unsweetened shredded coconut, baking soda, cinnamon, nutmeg, and salt together. Set aside. In a large bowl, whisk together the eggs, pure maple syrup, tahini, almond milk, vanilla extract until smooth. Slowly whisk in the melted and cooled coconut oil until it's well incorporated, then stir in the carrots. Note: it is important that your eggs are at room temperature, otherwise the coconut oil will coagulate. The coconut oil should be melted but not hot, but rather closer to room temperature. Add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients and mix with a wooden spoon until well combined. Stir in the raisins and nuts if using. Divide the batter evenly between the pans and spread out with a spatula to smooth the tops. Bake for 22 to 32 minutes in the 2 8-inch pans and 30 to 40 minutes for the 3 6-inch pans. Cakes are done when a tester comes out clean or with just a few crumbs attached. Allow the cake to cool completely before frosting or removing from the pans. The cake should be room temperature when you frost it. This is very important. Cakes can be made a day ahead if you like. Make your frosting. In the bowl of an electric mixer, add the softened butter and the cream cheese and whip on high until light and fluffy. Add the powdered sugar, vanilla extract, and milk and beat for 2 to 3 minutes more. Now it's time to frost the cake. Place about 1 tablespoon down onto the cake stand and spread out. Invert the cake onto the cake strand and add about half of a heaping cup frosting between each layer and repeat with each cake. Then frost the top and the sides of the cake with the remaining frosting. Decorate the cake with pecans and the shredded coconut on top. Once you are done frosting, place the cake to the fridge. Cake will stay good for 5 to 7 days in the fridge and should be covered to ensure freshness. Serves 16.